Today, we're diving into the latest shockwave hitting the AI video race. Grok can now generate talking videos. We're going to break down what that actually means for a field that is moving at, well, unbelievable speed. And it all kicked off with this pretty simple post from Elon Musk. With just a handful of words, X's Grok AI officially threw its hat in the ring against giants like OpenAI and Google. And the promise wasn't just video, it was talking video. So this new feature is called Imagine, and it's basically xAI's opening shot in the generative video wars. But you have to ask, in a field that's getting this crowded, what does it actually bring to the table? At its heart, Imagine is a creative engine. Now, let's be clear about something. Musk used the term talking videos, right? But in its current early form, the feature is really focused on turning your prompts or your photos into these short 6-second clips that have a custom AI-generated soundtrack. The ability for characters in the video to actually speak, that seems to be a little further down the road. This whole audio integration thing is really the first big step. But here's the thing, Grok isn't just trying to be a copycat. It's trying to set itself apart in a couple of key ways. First, just sheer speed. It's promising to make clips in about half the time of its rivals. And second, attitude. And that's where spicy mode comes into play. It's this less filtered option that leans into Grok's famously, let's say, uncensored personality. So, a slick feature list is one thing, but how does Imagine actually hold up when you put it to work? Well, early beta testers have been pushing it to its limits, and the results are, well, they're complicated. A pretty consistent theme has been popping up in these early tests. You feed Imagine a realistic photo, and that first frame, it looks great. But as that 6-second video plays out, it starts to kind of shed detail. It morphs into something more stylized, almost cartoonish. The realism just fades, and it fades fast. And this points to one of the biggest challenges for all AI video models, just understanding how physical objects are supposed to interact. For instance, one test video showed a priest literally walking straight through another priest. It's this weird, ghostly glitch that shows the model doesn't really have a handle on the basic laws of physics yet. So what we're seeing is a really clear split in its skills. If you want something graphic or animated like a coral city, the results can be absolutely amazing. But ask it to animate a real photo or do something with complex physics, like, say, a catapulted cow, and it really struggles, sometimes with pretty hilarious results. The background might stay solid, but the main subject just completely loses its grip on reality. But you can't really judge Grok's performance in a vacuum. It's just the latest contender in a full-on technological sprint, one that is totally changing how we create and consume media. I mean, the pace of change here is just mind-blowing. In 2022, we were all amazed by still images made from text. Fast forward just a few years, and now we're generating whole video clips with synced audio. It's no wonder the tech giants are pouring billions into being the best at this. And you can see the different strategies here, can't you? While OpenAI's Sora and Google's Veo are really chasing that perfect cinematic realism, Grok Imagine is playing a different game entirely. It's making a bet on speed, on being tightly built into X, and on a more playful, good enough kind of creativity to win us over. Of course, this absolute explosion of creativity comes with a massive legal and ethical hangover. As these tools get more powerful, they are forcing a global-level reckoning over the very definition of who's an author and what it means to own something. This really is the billion-dollar question at the heart of it all. If a human writes a prompt, but a machine actually generates the art, who's the author? Or is there even an author at all? Well, in the United States, the answer for now is a firm no. The U.S. Copyright Office has been very clear on this. Copyright requires a human author. And since a machine is not a human, a work that's generated only by AI can't be copyrighted. It's a simple rule, but man, does it have some incredibly complex implications. The whole situation with the graphic novel Zarya of the Dawn is a perfect example of this legal tightrope. At first, the entire book got a copyright, but then the Copyright Office went back and reconsidered, ruling that while the human-written text and the creative arrangement of the panels were protected, the raw AI-generated images themselves were not. This legal gray area has just unleashed a tidal wave of lawsuits. You've got everybody from Getty Images to the New York Times to huge groups of artists suing these AI companies. They're all arguing that their copyrighted material was scraped without permission to build the very models that are now threatening their jobs. But this firestorm over training data isn't just about money. It points to a fascinating and maybe even dangerous paradox that sits right at the heart of AI development. I mean, think about it. These AI models are absolutely ravenous for human-created data. That's how they learn. But if the models themselves devalue human creators, they risk poisoning their own well. Where are they going to get all the new, original, high-quality data they need to keep getting better? Which leaves us with this final, really critical question. As more and more of the internet gets saturated with AI-generated content, what happens when these models start training on their own synthetic creations? Are we at the peak of some incredible innovation boom, or are we just watching the beginning of a long, strange feedback loop? Only time will tell.